Special report, top 3 update. Last month, our top 3 segment was totally focused on DC Rebirth, their big summer event where they are just rebooting the shit out of the DC universe. Usually we'd have an arc chat here where we talk about one of our favorite books, but we thought we would do a little update because WonderCon 2016 just happened and a lot of announcements came out.
Lots of announcements.
Last month we were really concerned, and one of our biggest hopes was that the creative teams were just going to be powerhouses for all these new titles, and DC is delivering. I'm going to say it. Greg Rucka, first of all, he is returning to Wonder Woman, which is a big deal. I did not read his last run, but it was apparently cream of the crop.
Everything Greg Rucka does I've loved, so it should be interesting. It's also a return to either DC or Marvel for him, so it should be interesting.
We also have Joshua Williamson, who we talked about earlier, author of Nailbiter and Birthright, one of my favorite comics. He is taking on The Flash, which is getting a complete overhaul too.
Not a character I'm into, but that interests me enough that I'll probably check it out.
Scott Snyder, he is moving a new title called All-Star Batman, and Seth's truest boy, Tom King, is taking on the Cape and Cowl himself and writing the central Batman title for DC. That's huge.
So let's jump in a little bit into the Batman stuff. Obviously, Scott Snyder moving from central Bat title to All-Star Batman got a lot of news over the last couple weeks. What All-Star Batman is going to be like, obviously calling it All-Star Batman puts it in comparison to All-Star Superman, which everyone seemed to love. And
Grant Morrison, Frank Quietly, all the greatest hits of Batman, or Superman, sorry.
We don't know quite how long this title will run, but we do know that the first 13 issues are going to fall under My Own Worst Enemy storyline, which will take on a bunch of classic villains from Batman's history. So the 13 issues will consist of short arcs focusing on big-time baddies. They will be in continuity. Each issue that focuses on a specific bad guy will be drawn by some heavy hitters. So a couple artists that will be contained in the 13-issue run. We have John Romita Jr., Paul Pope, Sean Murphy, Tula Lotay, Jacques, Francisco Francavilla. That's crazy.
I know.
Crazy lineup.
Besides like one or two, I can instantly see their art style in my head. Paul Pope, he did Batman Year 100, which is iconic looking. Sean Murphy, he does Tokyo Ghosts right now. His art style it gets some criticism for character design. He's got like normal dude.
I love it though.
Oh, I fucking love it though. Jock, he's been doing a lot of Batman stuff, and I always like his Batman artwork. He did
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. Stay with me. My girl, Tula Lotay, is going to do a couple issues with Poison Ivy.
And just to reiterate this point, all of these artists are going to reimagine the look of these characters, and the look will continue on throughout the rest of the books in the DC universe, which that just blew my mind. That's so cool. I hope these characters get big revamps. I'm sure the internet will go crazy and hate half of them, but I'm into it. Obviously, All-Star Batman's the biggest news item that's come out about Rebirth. Just a quick thing about Tom King.
You ever heard of him? Your boy!
This guy, I was reading an interview with Scott Snyder about his stuff, and he commented that he thinks Tom King is the next big writer in comics. And I couldn't disagree. It should be a completely new take on Batman, and everyone says that with new runs, but honestly, it does. If you look at some of the covers and artwork that's come out, there's even new characters called Gotham and Gotham Girl, which sounds terrible.
That sounds
just on
awful.
On its face, it's something that I would mock. But honestly, I haven't read anything from Tom King I haven't loved. It should be really interesting. He has a background working with the CIA, which has helped him with his book, The Sheriff of Babylon, which has been excellent from Vertigo. I expect it to widen the scope of the Batman, comparing it to Scott Snyder stuff, something I'm really excited about. There has been a lot of negativity, and well-deserved for DC, but the last 2 or 3 weeks of news have really gotten me excited about these books, which